What is up, guys? It is Troy at The Full Setup, back with another video for you, and today we have an unboxing of a couple of microphones that Genesis Gaming have sent over to me. Now I will be doing full reviews of both of these with lots of audio tests, with a in-depth video talking about both of these microphones in separate videos, but I thought for today's video we'll just do both of the unboxing. And both of these microphones come in at a really good price as well. So this is the Radium 300, which comes with everything you can see on top of the box here. This one comes in at about £50, but you are going to need your own audio interface to get this running. And the one behind it here, this is the Radium 600 microphone. Now this one is a little bit steep because this is at £100, so it's not expensive for a microphone. It just ends up putting it in line with a lot of other stuff, microphones from Blue, AKG, a lot of microphones that are very well known. So this one's probably going to be the hardest sell, but we're going to see what it's like in the review as well. Now this microphone, I think I'll probably end up reviewing a little bit later because I have already got this out of the box and had a little play with it yesterday. And on the Genesis website, they claim it's a dynamic microphone, but I plugged it into my audio interface, set the gain pretty much to max all of the way, and there was nothing coming out of it. I then took the little risk of turning on 48 volt phantom power, which you don't do with a dynamic microphone, and it started working. So I do have a feeling this might be a condenser microphone, okay? So I'll get some clarification and I'll put a comment down in the description, but this one might, we might do this a little bit later. So let's get the Radium 600 out of the way because that one looks really cool because it's got its own flight case. And we'll start with the Radium 300. So a little look around the box here for you. I always find it harder with the bigger boxes because I can't look at the camera at the same time. But there's a picture of everything that comes with it. It is a cardioid pickup pattern, which is great, so it's not going to pick up anything really from the rear, and it's going to pick up a little bit less from the side than the omnidirectional microphone. Things like this are just going to be perfect for content creators, streamers, gamers, and probably even more now with hybrid working and a lot of people working from home because of coronavirus and stuff like that. These are going to be perfect for Zoom calls up in your game. Even at my work, I work in IT, that some of the higher up management and directors now have semi-decent microphones either at home or in the office because they want their Zoom calls, their Teams meetings, they want all their audio to be crystal clear and they want to be heard because sometimes they're in these meetings for 2-3 hours on end and you don't want terrible mic quality like the little lav mic that I have plugged in today. It's the Rode Lav Go, but I'm not a big fan of it. So connector type XLR, frequency response, we've got 30 Hz to 16,000 kHz, sensitivity of -32 dB, impedance of 2,200 ohms, and the cable length is 2.5 meters. And yeah, it comes with loads of stuff as well. Actually, this one, even though I'm pretty sure it's a condenser, or there's just something weird going on that I need clarification on, for everything that it comes with the kit, you're going to be really impressed because I was really impressed. Messy desk because more of my hair. My hair's just falling out at such a rapid rate. It's depressing. It is depressing. So yeah, really well packaged in here. Just try and flip this screen around so I can see it. I've got to get an external monitor, guys. I've really got to get one. Any suggestions? If anyone's got any suggestions on this? And there's a link to Genesis' website in the description because they do loads of really nice stuff. They've been very good to me this year, but I don't just give them props because they send me a lot of stuff. I do like their stuff, and I will pick out on things that I don't like, which we're going to pick out on in a second. So you've got your foam windshield, which also acts as a pop filter as well. I actually quite like to use these over these, generally because I just don't like lots of stuff in front of my face, which is why I'm looking at getting a Octava overhead mic for my main voicey bit. Because yeah, as much as you get a bit more sound quality being right up to a condenser or a dynamic microphone, I don't like microphones in front of me. It's just a personal thing, but for gaming and streaming and all that stuff I'm fine with. But yeah, when we're doing main videos, but there is a nice pop filter, feels very solid here. Everything is all metal. That's what's nice about this. Like, this is plastic, but this is all metal. Even the clamp is metal, and that's something that it's just these little extra things which I think is very good because quite often you'll find they'll be plastic. Okay, so then we have some more stuff in here, and again, a nice metal clamp. I'm not going to clamp this onto the desk because it's one of those IKEA ones they dent really easy. A nice all metal clamp. Put that one behind me just so I don't even scratch the desk there. I've got a clamp that we can mount it in to have a look at. Now, the shock mount I'm going to come behind here so you can have a look at this, because the shock mount I was really impressed with at this price, because you can get shock mounts for about £5 or £7 off Amazon, but they're quite plasticky. Let's have a look. I've got this one here. Okay, all plastic construction. Everything, all plastic. Okay. £50 microphone set. This is all, got focus? All metal. Like really nice. That looks to be the 3/8 to 5/8. Connection on it there. And to put the microphone in, you just squeeze like that. So you're not going to be able to fit microphones that are too big. And again, I'm just going to put that on there so it doesn't scratch. And then we have the microphone arm. It's going to be hard for me to get this all the way in shot. This is just sort of standard, you know, you can pick these up cheap, but again, it's quite nice. I like that it's in a matte black finish, but yeah, I wouldn't say this is any more pro than, although, let's have a look. Yeah, that feels, so the connections on this, you can tighten a lot more. Like I've got one behind me here with a light on, and it just sort of, every now and then it just goes, and just sort of slips down. So we'll put this one over in here. Some silica gel, don't eat that. Now there is this, okay? You might, you know, seen these with gaming headsets, which splits things over, because it doesn't come with an XLR cable, which is a bit of a con. It comes with this, a XLR to 3.5mm jack, which confused me even more because I plugged it into my camera after I couldn't get it working with the audio interface, and surprisingly it did sound pretty decent. I don't know if there's anything built in here, but there wouldn't be any sort of preamp or anything like that, but I wouldn't think, I haven't actually tested with another condenser, I need to test that, but I wouldn't think that my camera would be able to power it, because I didn't have to actually add a lot of gain to it either. And it did work, and it did sound alright, so I would have preferred to have seen an XLR cable in the box. I know a lot of people that are big into audio are going to go, ooh, what's that? Because it makes you think you just plug that into your computer, and you're never going to get great sound with that. You know, some motherboards, higher end motherboards, might have a nice little DAC on it, but you're not going to get the same sound quality you would off like a USB built into a microphone USB audio interface, like separate audio interface. So here is the microphone. I was going to have the specs up on screen behind me, but I haven't, so I can't remember what the weight is, but it's got a nice little bit of weight to it. It's a nice size, but I do believe it's a condenser. And another thing as well, let's have a look here. It's not made, obviously this isn't made by Genesis. See that? We can get focus on it there. See that? It's made by Moanotech, who do make quite a lot of microphones. And again, I couldn't find a dynamic on there. And their microphones are pretty decent, actually, for the price. And I also noticed as well when I was talking into it, it was very good front on, but when I talked into it in the top, like I can do with my Rode Procaster dynamic, there was a noticeable audio drop. So again, I'm really thinking this is a condenser microphone. It could be. I did speak to a friend of mine who's quite into audio gear, and he says you can get some dynamics that will take 48 volt phantom power, but they're generally quite higher end. So look at that. Looks really nice. Does look really nice. I'll just screw this on. And I do apologise, we're not going to do any sound tests on these today, but obviously we're going to do that in their individual review. So this is just a bit more of anyone that wanted to see. So yeah, that's got some quite good reach there. Let's just put the camera up a little bit. So this is a 120cm desk, and it gets you to where it needs to be. Obviously it's in the way of my monitor. Don't know what it'd be like coming over the top of the screen. It's going to be a little bit short, but I think that's one thing, you know, it's always great to have these sort of mic arms included, and it's going to be great for a lot of people, especially if you have it coming in from the side a little bit further over. But generally quite often, if you don't want it to be super intrusive or coming over the top of the monitor, you know that you need to buy one that's a little bit more expensive, like the newer one that I've got, which wasn't that much. It was £35, but it's like twice the size. But it looks quite nice. You can put that over it, and that's what I would mostly go for. Or you can also put the additional pop filters. So if you are someone that's quite heavy on the plosives, which I can tend to be, you are going to find there's quite a lot of plosive reduction here with the included pop filter and that. But like I said, we'll test in the full review. But for £50, and like I said, I've already listened to this as well, so it does sound nice. I'm just not sure what type of microphone it is. The build quality and everything you've got is outstanding. and it looks really nice. The pop filter's really nice. The pop filters, included pop filters, foam ones. The microphone looks great. You know, I'll put it in backwards that way there anyway. But yeah, the all metal construction, that's nice. That is nice. But this is even cooler. So this is the Radium 600. This is a USB condenser microphone that comes with a really cool desktop mount, and it's in a flight case, which is always cool. Yeah, I just don't know what it is. There's just something about flight cases. When someone comes in a flight case, you're like, ooh, cool. It wouldn't even matter if it was something terrible inside. You're like, oh, no way, it's got its own flight case. Actually, let's have a look. Look around the specs a little bit. Front of the box. Side of the box, we've got a nice picture of it there. More on the side, and you've got a picture of everything going on the back. Again, cardioid frequency pattern, 30 Hz to 18,000 kilohertz again, minus 30 dB again. It's got a sensitivity of 93 dB, and it's got a 16-bit 48 kilohertz DAC. Now, a lot of other microphones are already offering like 24-bit up to 192 kilohertz, but generally for like spoken word and gaming and all of that stuff, like 16-bit 48 kilohertz is still enough. I know there's always wanting more, and I'm sure there's probably some audio people in the chat going a little bit crazy, but it is enough. It's more than enough for microphones. There is also a frequency response graph on it here. Don't know if you can see that. This is testing my arms a little bit because I'm weak. As you can see, there looks to be 2 roll-offs on it here, but I can't see a low or high cut on it. And then we've got a couple of peaks here. So we've got a little peak around 5 kilohertz, and then another little peak coming in at around, is that like 12 to 15 kilohertz in your air? So we've got sort of a peak and a dip. Peak and a dip. Don't know if you can see that there, but it looks pretty consistent. There could be smoothing though. Wouldn't put it past anyone. And again, I do think this is made by that Moano, because they do also sell microphones that come in a flight case, so it wouldn't make me think that that's it. But still, it's going to be the same for lots of other gaming companies, you know. Even your HyperXs and all that sort of stuff, they're getting it outsourced. Someone else is making it for them. Okay. Right. Have a little look. Lots of plastic. Lots of background noise. So we have a microphone clip. Again, all metal, all solid. That looks nice. This is going to be, got a pole here for our bass. A little bit of wiggle in there. Doesn't feel as much wiggle as the Blue Snowball though, but it depends how much it weighs. But the Blue Snowball, when you extended that, it used to go all over the shop. And there is a USB cable going on here, nice and thick, not very long, not very long. It's been long enough for a lot of people, but I always prefer to see like a nice sort of 3-meter cable included with microphones for sort of routing it and moving it around. But you can get those. You can buy those. What else we got in here? Another foam filter going on. That one feels a little bit different. This feels more of a pop. It's a different type of foam. So this one, I don't know if my camera's going to be able to pick that out, especially after I put LUTs and stuff on it as well, but we'll have a look. Let's put the mic to one side. I've got a manual in it here, telling you how to use it, do's it, and all that sort of stuff, but you know, it's pretty easy. Pop filter inside. So we have another one of these pop filters. Is it the same as the other one? Only time will tell. I don't know where I've put the other one, but it appears to look the same as the other one on the pop filter there. Put that to one side, and then we have our metal base. So let's get this, and it comes in a really nice flight case, which is awesome. Now, there is a rubber on this base. I was about to say it feels like it's all metal. Now the base is cool, but I do feel you might want a mic stand. I like this because I've wanted some of these, like a little base for this, not just for putting microphones on, but for mounting various bits of camera gear and lights and stuff. So I'm quite happy that it comes with one of these, because now I have one and I haven't had to go out and buy one separately. But the problem's going to be is if you're bashing away on a keyboard, we don't have any shock filtering going on here. So it's going to pick all of that up. Okay, so again, really nice weight to it. Radium 600 written on the front, cardioid pattern, so you know you're going to talk into it here. This is a little bit too shiny for me. It makes it look a little bit cheap. To be honest, I've already tried to get this one out. I can't get it out because of the mute switch. So there is a mute switch there. Volume button for your headphones, gain, gain output as well. USB goes into the bottom. So this one's gonna, you know, this is in a very crowded market, I think. So is that one, to be fair, when you go on Amazon, but that I've been very impressed with from my initial tests. This one I haven't actually played with yet, so we'll have to find out. But yeah, there we go. So there is, and then you can twist the bottom. So once you've got it into place, you can then twist the bottom to tighten it up. Looks very nice. Let's have a look if there's, that doesn't really extend much anyway. Yeah, there's a little bit of wobble there, but that's what these do. Like I've had these wobble about on other ones as well. But like I said, that's where the only thing you're going to have the issue is if you're, it'll be good on desk if you're just doing it for meetings. So you can still have this. Oh God, I can't. Oh, it's all spinning about. So you can still have this on your desk if you were just doing meetings or chatting to friends, like online video, all that sort of stuff. Great. If you want it in that sort of position, and it looks quite good on the desk as well. But like I said, as soon as you're bashing keys and playing games, you're going to be vibrating over towards that. That's what it looks like with the foam on the front as well. Honestly, this foam feels really nice. I would probably just go with this as the pop filter. That's what I would probably use. It looks a little bit stupid, but that's what I would go with. So anyway, there is just the unboxing of these two microphones. Like I said, I will be using these on the channel over the next few weeks. I think I'm going to use this one on the on my news videos and stuff like that. So if you're really itching to find out what it sounds like now before my review, check out some of my upcoming like news, gossipy and general tech chit chat videos, and I'll try and use both of these out as well, test both of them out. So really impressed with both of them. They do look good, but only the audio tests will tell. So make sure you come back and watch those videos, and make sure you subscribe.